Okay, you have to explain what is CASA fraud. You are ready.
Ravi. वो पॉकेट हमारे यहाँ ऑलरेडी है. Am I right or wrong?
I know.
नहीं मेरा तो किसी का नाम नहीं है. कह सकते हैं. कोई बड़ा ठुका नहीं है. तो पूरा खाने के
एक घंटा कौन चेंज करेगा?
शॉपिंग करने जाएगा. एक्स्ट्रा डिस्काउंट दे देंगे. ऐसा ना हो तो स्पीड पे निकलो सबके खुले हैं शाम को आईटी पर. हाँ वही इसके बाद
Yes. Ashish, you have to visit there.
ไม่ใช่ครับเป็นของลูกค้าหมดเลยครับผมไม่เกี่ยวกับผม
ज़्यादा लोग आ रहे हैं शेयर से ज़्यादा लोग आ रहे हैं
Thank you for being 30 minutes late, but still all of you together here.
เขาไม่ใช่ไหม
70% would turn up, 30% would disappear.
No, Samir, for this all 62 should be in the room. Or not?
Sorry?
All 62 should be in the room. No, Ashish? Ideally all 62 should be there.
Okay, second thing, the event is getting recorded. Everything is getting recorded for us. For the compliance. Whatever it would be audited, that whether we really came here for the reason that was announced or not. So please support, please cooperate, and please participate. When we say training, it means participation, not just being a audience. And that is exactly what is getting recorded. So we will start now. Rest of the other things will be part of our evening session. I've already put it on the group, whatever we expect of, what are the timelines for that. We will not be able to run late on the INR part. there are certain limitations we have to end the program, including the topic. If we do not start on time, we get less time to enjoy afterwards. The important is that we start with our R&R, end on time, and then get sufficient time to enjoy afterwards. So that's for the event after this. But right, let's start now. Ashish, now what do you think?
So, first of all, a huge round of applause for all the winners here. So, who all made it for the today morning session? Or let me say, who all didn't? Very few. So, believe me, guys, I think some of us will be able to relate with it very, very well. Like Charu, some of us, and including me, who were scared of heights and high speed, etc. And Praveen for that matter, and faced their fears. And I think when you talk about insurance, when our activation is low or we don't go for calls, I think a lot to do is our fear to face the customer and to be able to answer the question which the customer may come up with. And therefore, this training is a very, very important part of this entire session. And therefore, we would request you to activate, actively participate on this. And we have our partners here, Vinay and Ajay. I would request you to join us and give us this training. This is, as I said, the most important part. And thank you very much for being here. Enjoy the rest of it, and see you tomorrow back to office and Monday back to business. Thank you.
There's a small conference, a small setup. I hope I'm audible at the back.
Yes.
That helps. So this is not exactly going to be a training. This is sort of a training where we try to touch upon the multiple aspects of life insurance business, our partnership, and how we have grown over a period of time. Right? We try to keep it short, crisp. If you've got any questions, you can feel free to intervene in the next direction. So today is the day, 16th of December. We are celebrating this, pre-MDRT conclave at Thailand. Of course, this is the first batch of qualifiers, right? And this holds its own significance. We deal with multiple banks at a life insurance company level, and we have seen multiple banks struggling big time in terms of launching a R&R product which involves MDRT. Right? So just to give you a context, MDRT was precisely known as an individual agent-driven program ruled by LIC. Even when the private sector players opened up, sometime way back in 2001, 2002, different companies came in, MDRT was looked upon only for the agency channel or the direct agency channel. This was never looked upon the bank as well as channels. So, about 10 years back, I would say, there were quite a few banks who started to explore, can MDRT be as a platform be available to your bank, right? And I'm sure most of you would have come from different banks at some point of time. So while there are a lot of banks which participate in MDRT, one bank which really made it big time popular is one of the largest private sector bank in the country. I'll not hesitate to take the name HDFC Bank. Okay. About 8 years back, they launched this MDRT program with a lot of fanfare. It was at 59 stores. I want to highlight 2 points. They gave the program a period of 6 months. Right? You guys had roughly about 9 months. This Thailand conclave was applicable for 9 months. They gave 6 months.
Thailand was
6 months. I didn't take it. 2015, 2023. They gave a target of 1 CR way back in 2015. Okay, just to give you a perspective. And they were precisely 8 qualifiers in the first years of MDRT being run in HDFC Bank. Either 8 or 6, if my data is right. So, 2 things. I think a round of applause for your head office team which has been fairly liberal with even with differential product weightages. Even with differential product weightages, even if the bank was selling tulips way back in 2015, once year, it was a large number. That way, your head office has given you a fairly liberal team. My sense is from 70 odd participants or 50 odd participants over here, this number should grow to a much larger number in the days to come. Right? Moving next. Sorry, I think we can go back. The idea is we are not doing top products only. Idea is that as a partner, we try to understand a lot about TVS at a head office level. Similarly, we share a lot of information about Aditya Birla Group with you guys. But that largely remains a head office function. What's happening in Aditya Birla Group or what's happening in TVS that gets communicated. I don't think we get a chance to talk about this. Just one case, while Aditya Birla Group has been a fairly old brand, trusted brand in the country, any idea how old this group will be? Any guesses? 180 years. Anyone else? Okay, very close to that. It's about 167, 168 years. We were founded way back in 1857. Right? Any idea how many lines of businesses this group will be present? Any guesses? Maybe, but this is mostly a manufacturing group. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Let me show you a glimpse of as to what the group is all about. We were founded in 1857, almost touching about 170 years. Some of back home, if you read any of the business newspapers, they will talk about Aditya Birla Group as a metals to telecom. That's a tagline. Our idea is to explain it to you that between metals to telecom, there is a lot more. Right? And we are not running sort of a space per se. Yes, of course, cement, we are one of the largest manufacturers in the world. Globally, we are ranked number 3. In India, we are ranked number 1 in terms of absolute production capacity. One of the largest business is aluminium. I think marked somewhere, Hindalco, right? This is the largest company in terms of revenues by way of selling aluminium. This is post-acquisition of Novelis, which happens to be a Canadian company. Textiles, we have got a range. I'm hoping that we'll have multiple users over here. Some of our famous brands are like Van Heusen, Louis Philippe, Alan Solly, Pantaloons, Peter England, to name a few. We are also present in businesses like Idea, a little bit in the headlines for some reasons, not so good reasons, but we are trying to settle it down. Of course, we have Aditya Birla Capital, which is a diversified NBFC with a high end of both sides. Yeah. So, I thought of, while most of the businesses are like not directly retail customers facing, on the textile side, I suppose we have got quite a few brands which are not mentioned over here. Anyone, any idea, any update? Which are the other brands which are owned by us?
The Collective, BlackBerry, got them to.
So some of the new brands which we have been acquiring is like we are managing the Reebok in India. We manage Polo. We also have a stake in Sabyasachi. We also own Tarun Tahiliani and a few more other brands. So as a group,
Masaba,
Masaba,
one of the largest designer,
Yeah.
who manages for Indian, artists. So we also have a stakeholding in Masaba as well. Apart Sabyasachi, which is one of the leading, designers for the all the celebrities around the country or even in the globe as well. So that is on the ABFRL in the textile industry we are.
so fairly diversified group ranging from metals to cements to telecom and a lot in between. Moving next. Just a glimpse of the kind of total business that's done by the Aditya Birla Group and our foreign partner, which happens to be Samay in this case. Aditya Birla Group is a $65 billion USD kind of a company, right? Present across 6 countries. We have close to about 187,000 employees. In fact, quite a few thousand employees present in Thailand as well. 300 million loyal customers all across, and 180 odd manufacturing facilities across the country. Our foreign partner, Sun Life Financials, also happens to be about 150 years old. They are largely known for asset management and life insurance business, basically a Canadian company. If you look at their total market cap, it's roughly about $39 billion. If you look at their offices, 28 offices. Total AUM managed by Sun Life globally is close to about $1.34 trillion, 85 billion. Our current venture, Aditya Birla Sun Life Insurance, is basically a is in a stake of 51:40. You may be wondering why all this should I do? Sometimes when you are talking to a customer, sometimes when you are dealing with a corporate, this kind of numbers may help. We also, when we talk about DBS relationship, we try to understand everything which is happening within DBS, whether that is there in the public domain, private domain, happening in India, happening outside. Like when DBS decided to set up a, wholly owned subsidiary in India, this was there in the news with all the insurance companies, right? Yeah. So as a company, we have tried to not to, sort of bind ourselves only within the requirements which are given by the regulator. Okay. Some of the stuff which is mentioned over here, that may look very, very small. See what these guys are talking about. But trust me, these were not regulatory in terms of regulations. This was not necessary at all. For example, when the products were introduced in the Indian economy by the private insurers, pre-look was not a mandate from the insurer. To take a policy, can you cancel it? The answer was no. This was launched by Aditya Birla Sun Life as one of the best practices. We said we will offer a 15 days pre-look period to all the customers. If the customer decides to cancel it, let them cancel it. Let them have that kind of a faith and trust. And this practice was picked up by the regulator very nicely, and this became a benchmark. You look at it, we were of course the first company to come with a ULIP product in the Indian market, way back in 2002. Right? We were the first company to have a bank assurance tab. I mean, we got our early bank assurance tab with Citibank, with DCB, with Karur Bank, right in year 2001 itself, right in the first year. We offered web-based services. We offered something like publication of a daily NAV. This was not a mandate. I remember those times you didn't have access to Google. I mean, NAVs had to be published, and these were typically coming on the last page of Economic Times. I remember we used to have 3 funds, and the 3 funds NAV was sort of published over there. Okay, and this became a regulatory requirement. We have also benchmarked our products against certain indices, which went on to become global, regulatory requirements. One of the new things in this kind of innovation, whether on the product side or on the processes side, our last one is, I'm sure all of you know about it, is the Nischint Ayush kind of a product. That's the first product in the industry that's a completely guaranteed product. Technically, we call it a non-par product, which gives you income right from the first month. No match, we are celebrating 1 year of success, and really we don't need to look back. Industry is just trying to catch us up. Right? 7 years of partnership. I think 2016, Samir will possibly know better. 2016, 2017, that's the year when we started. I suppose sometime in December 2016, 2016. Some of the industry data point we wanted to share with you. In the current year, if you look at the industry as to how life insurance industry has behaved, industry has grown at about something like 8%. Okay, roughly about 8%. Okay, private sector insurers have grown at about 12% at the industry level, and happy to share that DBS has grown at about 50%. Okay, this is a fantastic growth. To share with you that we within DBS relationship, we have grown at a massive 67% in the current year, and we intend to make it. So this is a strong partnership. We are trying to integrate with DBS at all possible possible levels, all possible platforms. While most of you are here because of the individual business that we run with you guys, there is a group business platform which is run exclusively by Aditya Birla Sun Life with the DBS head office, and that may not be known to all of you. Maybe it's happening in certain segments, but that's another aspect. So our idea is that when we are tying up with a bank like DBS, we try to integrate and explore every possible opportunity. Right? Here's a glimpse of the figure. I think next. Again, on our product offerings, we try to offer you a product which can match all your segments. So I don't need to get into the details of it. So you have protection, you have health and protection, you have child future, you have health, which comes in the form of riders, though we hardly sell. Retirement is another big space which we are trying to focus on. And this is one industry where the AUM seems to be growing very fast. It's a massively, given that, okay, India does not have a social security platform, people are becoming, frankly, very much aware of as to what the retirement needs can be. And there is a growing segment, a very nicely growing segment. In fact, our GAP product, we call it GAP Guaranteed Annuity product, which we offer in the industry. This is by far the best product in the industry by a wide margin. I mean, you can pick up all the existing insurers, but the rates can keep on changing here or there because of competition. As of now, as we are talking, our GAP products remain one of the finest in the industry. Yeah. A claim settlement ratio, there are two aspects to it. For the last 3 consecutive years, this has been growing and growing, every year. So currently it stands at 98.12%. One of the pointers which I missed informing while talking about DBS relationship is a claim settlement ratio with DBS is practically 100%. There is not a single cell, there is not a single claim which has ever been rejected by Aditya Birla. Another fine point which is worth mentioning is here. We don't have any active complaints. Okay, while we would have sold in the current year about 2,000 policies, we have received only 2 queries and which have been resolved. So when you look at a regulatory aspect of the business, there is a single zero complaint which is outstanding in the name of DBS. So again, the third point I think which I can take it forward from here is your renewals. Your renewals has got a nice mix of TRM as well as the retail segment. We are currently running at about on an average about 92 to 93%. My sense is maybe 2% more. कहते हैं ये दिल मांगे more वैसा कुछ लगता है. Industry works at about 85-86%. We are looking at 95% as a benchmark. We are fairly close to that. Yeah. Going next. Some of the key initiatives. This may not touch you on a day-to-day basis. This is it's so much of talk about renewable energy, sustainability, global warming. You read it in the business newspapers. I think they are full of that. Your customers are talking about that. Most of the corporates are talking about that. So we have initiated a simple program, basically a sampling program in the name of DBS. This is through our tab in DBS. Idea is that okay, for every case of 50,000 plus, we are going to sample, one plant, and the digital certificate will be shared with the concerned seller or the branch, probably applicable. While the period mentioned is just from 1st to 31st, I'm sure this is going to get extended all the way, keeping in mind the active business season which is going to happen. That's one aspect of it. The another aspect I think where we are trying to touch upon is, why do we sell insurance? The idea is that okay, when you really need it, this is going to help you. And we understand from our experience that customers need not only the financial support, they need a lot of guidance at the point of, we call it the moment of truth, right? So we have, while we were always trying to connect with the customer in case of any such claim coming in, right? I remember one recent case which happened at Ahmedabad, right? There was one claim of, I suppose, some 1 crore which was paid to the customer, and I suppose that your cluster was very active in terms of going and meeting with the customer. We are trying to give it a structure to it. We are trying to create some kind of awareness about it. Small video, I think, worth looking at.
2 साल से यंग एजेंट ऑफ द ईयर का अवार्ड कैसे कर लेती है लतिका जी? आप कैसे कर लेती हैं?
उसके लिए ना क्लाइंट से मिलना पड़ता है। चलो गाइस
मैं निकलती हूँ. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
कहाँ है यार इतना जल्दी में बैठो.
आज नहीं, आज मूवी नाइट. मूवी नाइट मम्मा के साथ है मूवी नाइट.
मम्मा के साथ मतलब?
हाँ यार, मम्मा को मूवीज देखना बहुत पसंद था, बट घर की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज और मेरी पढ़ाई की वजह से she had to leave it all. तो हमने डिसाइड किया हर सैटरडे साथ में बैठकर मूवीज देखेंगे.
अद्भुत. इनको कहते हैं जिम्मेदार बच्चे. ऐसे बनो.
Exactly.
चलो बैठो.
समझा?
तो जिम्मेदार हुआ ही पहले से. अरे रुको ना यार 10 मिनट बाद चलो.
हाँ, अच्छा है. सेल्फी लेते हैं.
फोटो ले.
अरे सुप्रिया मैम, वो मैं कोल्ड ड्रिंक लेने आई थी तो मैंने चिप्स चाहिए ना. एक तो कहाँ गया? It's okay. मैं समझ सकती हूँ. लेकिन मम्मा बहुत प्राउड फील कर रही होगी जहाँ पे भी होगी.
अपने माँ बाप के लिए हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस प्लान्स कैसे डिसाइड करते हैं और क्यों वो फैमिली.
So, one of the, sorry for the glitch. That was actually an online streaming, so it picked up the next video. This is a new product that we intend to launch within the TVS ecosystem. And I'll not get into the details of the product for the sake of letting them developers are very well. One of the beauty of this product is this is one product which gives you back so much of guaranteed returns, additions in the ULIP product that the drop in yield on a 8% kind of a return, it works out to something like 7.27, which is the best in the industry. Rest of the features, the different funds, all that can be compared, all that can be spoken about, talked about, discussed. But in terms of absolute drop in yield because of the multiple charges which are applicable, 8% yield becomes something like 7.27, which is going to be the best in the industry. So we are hoping that with the active support coming in from your head office, we should be able to launch it in the month of January. Right? The name of the product is, of course, the Wellness Platform. A few more slides to be shown. I'll invite Vinay, my colleague and managing TVS relationship from our side, to take it forward.
Thank you. Welcome, Richa. Please have a seat. Okay.
Hi everyone.
Since Richa is here, I think she needs to couple of words.
So we'll catch up in the evening, but I would like to just thank the partners for coming all the way for this session, and I'm hoping that you all are gaining some knowledge about insurance products because next year targets are really steep. So I would say that. But having said that, what I really would like to see, Vinay, that how do we interact more with them, and in terms of their absorption. They've been partying a lot last 2 days, is what I have actually heard. But let's just understand, whatever training, whatever products that we are discussing, if there are any questions, if there is absorption happening with the crowd, I think just let's make it more interactive. That will be good. Yeah. Thanks.
Thanks, Richa. So, before we get into the next, what I wanted to show, since Richa has put it one more potent on us, that we need to speak on the products. And we need to also understand that what are the products we are offering for TVS clients. What are our product propositions for our client segments, whether it is retail, whether it is the treasure RMs, whether it is the CASA, and the equity, what we deal with. So, just to give you a glimpse on what is the highest selling product with TVS is two different products. One is Nishchit Ayush, obviously, because it is the industry's one of the very unique, and as Birla is always innovative in terms of innovating new products. I think Nishchit Ayush has gained a massive acceptance in the clients and the bankers as well across the banca insurance. So when we look at about 1 year back when we launched Nishchit Ayush product, a lot of people came back. How are you kind of offering guaranteed product from the second month itself? Okay, and then a lot of people came back and said, how are we offering such huge guarantees in the Nishchit Ayush product? So when we started in November 2022 the product, and today November 2023, when I end 1 year of completion of the product, we have sold 1 lakh plus policies in Nishchit Ayush, which has an amazing acceptance in the industry. And the industry kind of tried copying our products, but then trust me, they are no closer to our kind of returns what we are guaranteeing today. As on today I speak, there is no product which can beat Nishchit Ayush product. So that's the Nishchit Ayush product, has the power in the market. I talk about ASP, Assured Savings Plan. I think this is another second product which we have been selling in DBS in the retail space largely. And ASP is just a simple product. It's an endowment product. When I say endowment product, it is you pay for X number of years. At the end of the term, you get a lump sum amount, and the lump sum amount could go as high as 6 times of amount what you have invested. When I say 6 times, let's say if you have invested 1 crore, at the end of the term, and the maturity, I give you 6 crores. So that's the power of the product on the Assured Savings Plan. Again, on the Assured Savings Plan, ASP in short, which we call is a very, very competitive. Again, no competition even closer for kind of returns what we guarantee. This is 2 different products what we sell. And the third product what we sell is the AIP, Assured Income Plan. It's an income product. Basically, you end the pay term and we start getting payouts in different tenures. You choose the tenure 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, whatever you would like to choose. So these payouts are guaranteed, and at the end of the term, you get the lump sum amount to the clients. So these are the 3 basic products which we are kind of focused on the guaranteed segment. When we talk about the weightages and what are the product weightages between these 3 products, closely about 35% is our Nishchit Ayush product, and about 23% is AIP, and about 10% is ASP product. So these are the 3 high weighted products in DBS ecosystem and contributes a large premiums for us in these 3 products. And the 4th product which we obviously sell is in the TRM space is our unit link products and AIP in the TRM space. I think unit link products we've been doing well. We had done extremely well till March 2023. And then there was slowdown on our unit link products, but then that's not the question. But hence we went back to our war room and checked what can we do better for the DBS clients and for the employee of bank. So we are aspiring to launch our Wealth Aspire, which is in the process of final approval. Samir is very gongo on this product because he has sold a couple of products of Wealth Aspire and he's completely convinced with the product. When a product manager gets convinced on a product, I think the client is obviously will be very happy in terms of what he gains, because there is a robust system which is there in terms of guaranteed additions. When I say guaranteed additions, it's a loyalty addition which gets added every year and every 5th year. Hence, when you look at the end of the term, on an 8% yield, okay, when I talk about an 8% yield, your net IRR comes to about 7.27%. That's an amazing. Okay. On Nishchit Ayush? Any other products? Wealth Aspire, we have not trained them because it is, we are launching. Okay, where I become the, okay, you can ask questions to me. Okay. Absolutely, fine, I'm happy to answer. Any questions on Wealth Aspire? You want to ask anything on the Wealth Aspire? Oh, welcome Pintu.
So you have to sell the policy.
Oh, wow. So Mr. Pintu is high net worth individual for us. And you want to add up, Mrs. Pintu?
I have a large portfolio with me. I have money with me. I'm looking for a product which can give me, or you can suggest me the product which I can offer, because I have invest it with me, and I want to invest some money towards startup.
Wow, nice. So nice to understand the portfolio what you hold with us, sir. And before I begin with the product, I also want to understand, since you are already an equity investor and you have a portfolio holding with DBS Bank, different segments, whether it is mutual fund or PMS, do you also have anything in protection?
I have term insurance. I have term insurance. In insurance, I have term insurance. I have health insurance. That's all.
Oh, that's very good that you have protection, because as an insurance company, we always ensure that client's interest is in protecting the life of an individual. So, Mr. Pinto, since you are already an equity investor, I don't have to. You are much educated as what we have been advising on the equity product. We have one fantastic product. We would like to understand what is that we offer for you.
Sure.
Okay. So, what is if you look at an yield? Okay, I'm just giving you a rough. Because insurance is all about, people have a notion that a large portion of money goes as in charges, right? Yes or no? Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So when you look at a product, okay, when you look at the product, you don't see only the charges, because end of the day, what you all gain is the returns from the product, right? Okay. Now I have one fantastic product which I can offer you. Based on your relationship with the bank, we can offer you this product as an exclusive product for the DBS clients. The product gives you an yield. When I talk about particular yield, they are regulated yields. Okay. There are two scenarios which I am supposed to show you when I look at the illustrative, assumptive returns. These are the 4% and the 8%. Okay. Now when I look at the 8% yield, okay, post charges. When I say post charges, there are multiple charges which I can show you in the illustration. There is premium allocation charges, there is fund management charges, and also there is a policy administration charges. Apart this, there is also a charge which is called mortality, where I cover you during the entire tenure when you hold the policy with Birla Sun Life. So there is a mortality cost as well in that. So when you as a client want to invest, let's say you want to invest 50 lakhs a year over a period of time for the next 5 years, and then you're looking for a maturity, let's say 15 or 20 years, how the yield are looking. Irrespective on the tenure of what you're looking at. What is the tenure you're looking, so that when we can have, because I'll tell you, you already have liquid funds, you have equity funds, you have mutual fund, you have PMS to meet all the other expectations. What are the horizon you're looking, time horizon? Because insurance is all about long-term planning, and hence I'm asking you a question.
Sure. So I will just give you my profile, and you can suggest me what the tenure should I choose, right? Because I'm not aware. I just have the money. I don't know how to invest. No, I am 30 years old, and I can invest around 20 lakhs or 10 lakhs in a year. That is my criteria, and you suggest me what should be the tenure, what should be right.
So, Mr. Since you are very young, Mr. Pinto, you need to have savings with wealth creation along with the protection. Hence, I'm suggesting you a brilliant product, as I said, which gives you better yields. 1, 2, you are protected during the entire tenure of the policy. 3, you have a flexibility of moving from one fund to another fund. Can you do with this with your mutual fund, sir?
But tell me, because I have the perception that always in case you want to invest, mutual fund is always better. So now you have to tell me or convince me why I should choose this product instead of mutual fund and any other.
Just a scenario, sir. Go back to 2021 when there was a COVID situation when the market crashed. Do you able to liquidate, or you were able to move your entire equity to a liquid funds? No? So as and when the market goes, and whatever notion losses or gain is as per the markets, you agree with me? Absolutely right. Thanks. So we have an options in insurance, and that is the unit-linked products, where you can switch your funds from 100% equity to 100% debt without paying any taxations. For instance, let's say if you want to move your equity fund into a liquid fund, you redeem those funds and you pay long-term capital gain tax if it is above 1 year, and then you'll invest into a liquid fund or a shorter duration product because you want to see you want to tame the market, right? Or what is happening in the market. So you end up paying LTCG taxes on that. So the first advantage in a unit-linked product is that when you move from an equity fund to a debt fund, there are no charges. You simply switch the fund.
Okay, but what about it will have that market?
Okay. So Bindu, you are a very difficult customer. So the point which I'm trying to make here is product knowledge is one thing, right? And all of you are like relationship managers. You've been doing insurance sales and you've done a brilliant job. So, give a pat on your back for delivering the numbers this year, and we're really like proud of you all. But we have to just understand and customize our sales pitch basis the customer. It's not just about product push. And Pinto, in his true form, was acting as a difficult customer. But whenever we are talking about, just think from a customer's point of view. Why should he be even hearing you? I mean, Pinto had given 10 minutes. Some of our customers would not even give us 10 minutes, right? They would say, "Jaldi bolo, matlab what it is. Why should I be investing or putting money in this form of asset class?" So just the pitch has to be really customized to the customer. Think from a customer's point of view. Think that whether which product will the customer be really interested in, and that's where when we introduce products, it's not just one or two products. It's across the whole bouquet of products that we should be understanding and then kind of customizing it. Yeah. So that was a point which I wanted to make, and yeah, I mean we can just carry on with the presentation, but just remember that. Yeah.
Thank you. Very difficult line, Mr. Pinto. I'm sure the hardship of an RM, when he goes and meets a client, there are multiple objections which come from the client, and then give a right solution. And when it comes to solution, that one insurance product, it's not an easy task, right? So on that note, I think you guys have done fantastically well, and congratulations to being on this MDRT. You guys have done really well, hence you are in this program of pre-MDRT conclave at Thailand, and 3 days, and I've been also partied with them around 3 days, so I'm also with them, and we did all whatever we kind of did all the fun around. So it was really fun, and I should certainly thanks Richa, PK, I don't know, PK, I can't see.
Yeah, no, I would like Ashish to come and say a few words.
Yeah, Ashish as well.
You have started? Okay.
Ashish started and then he handed over to us to take over.
Okay, so why not Mr. Ramarao, please come.
Yeah.
Actually, MDRT seeing countries should excite us to do the business. Okay, business everybody does normal way, whatever it is. You should be unique out of the 10 people. Out of 10 people, unique is this. See, entire 3,000, 2,000 people are there in the bank, but we are only 60 people in Thailand. Imagine that. So MDRT gives that scope, and next MDRT, whatever it is, we should be quite enough people. So not this 60, 50 people. People should think about, in the morning somebody was talking about Bahubali India, he was mentioning that. Like that is DBS India.
Wow.
Just to add to what Mr. Ramarao said, next year I promise that I will triple the number of people that the number which is sitting here. So let's just go back all energized, rejuvenated, and which was much required. Become the brand ambassadors to your teams, right? Go back, talk about it, talk about MDRT with a very positive and very high note. And we just have 15 days left in this year, and next year is just around the corner. So let's start with a big bang, and I'm sure that next year we'll be talking about doubling the numbers, tripling the sales, and having 3 times the people which is sitting in this room. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you. So as Ajay was mentioning, way back in 2015 when HDFC Bank had launched the first MDRT, contest, there were only 8 participants in 2015. So looking at that and looking at this, I think DBS in the next year, and I will ensure that not 3 times, I think 4 times the strength should be there in the next MDRT or pre-MDRT qualification. So kudos on that. Yeah, thanks. Okay, coming back, I want to ask you one question. Is how many of you have seen a movie which has got us a recent Oscar? Can you name that movie? Anybody? Wow. RRR, right. Okay. What did you learn from RRR? The song, absolutely. Naatu Naatu, that is the song which became very, very famous in the entire globe, and hence it has got that Oscar award, right? So based on why did I mention this movie name and why is that I am talking about RRR? Is because the next presentation which I'm going to show you guys is all based on RRR, right? So here we go. RRR. Okay. This was the first South Indian movie which got an Oscar. Obviously, and so proud of me being an Indian because we got an Oscar, right? And typically, how many from South? South? Oh, that's like amazing. Yeah. Very nice. So why we choose this theme R and R? It is very resemblancy. Because every R has a different perspective when I want to kind of show what is this R and R. Okay, the first R is resolute, the second R is resourceful, and the third R is resilient. Right? Yes, no with me? Yes. Did you like RRR theme? Yes, no? Yes, very good. I can see South Indian people saying yes. Very nice. Don't worry, I'm also South Indian. Born in Bangalore, brought up in Goa, settled in Mumbai. Okay, so go to the next slide. We go to the next slide, which is the resolute. What do you mean by resolute? Anybody? What do you mean by resolute? Anybody can answer. Sorry? Resolute? What do you mean by resolute? In simple word, resolute means determination. Sorry? In Hindi? वापस बोलो ना दोस्त एक बार. माइक में बोलो ना. Okay, Jujaru. Wow, Jujaru. Okay, fantastic. So we go to the next slide on the resolute. What does resolute mean? Is all about determination. On taking to resolute, I would like to showcase you one video which is a very inspiration for me. If you have seen the 1983 World Cup and the 1983 movie, this is one clip which really touched my heart in terms of when I talk about resolute. So here we go on the video.
We could have called it a final. At least we would have had an interesting match.
चलो जवानों लड़ते हैं. इनको कह लेने दो कि उन्होंने हमसे अच्छी बैटिंग करी, हमसे अच्छी बॉलिंग करी, हमसे अच्छी फील्डिंग करी, ठीक है. बस इतना नहीं कहने देना कि उन्होंने हमसे ज्यादा कोशिश करी. कम स्कोर पता है, लेकिन बना लिए. और अब उनको भी 183 रन बनाने हैं जो हम उन्हें नहीं बनाने देंगे, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए. इतना ही गेम है बस. पहला वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल खेल रहे हो यार, मुस्कुरा दो. और मुस्कुरा दो यार. What we do here today is that everybody fight for our life, and we will do that. Because like people say, taste success once, Taste success, boss. Come boss, boss. आप पकड़ ले क्या? फील्ड पे भी पकड़ लेना. ऑप्शन नहीं देते हो सालों. इंग्लिश में बोलता हूँ तो ही हंसते हो. 183 काफी है. अगर हम हर एक.
Wow, so that was determination of a captain, right? So we have a lot of captains here, right? Richa is here, Ashish is here, PK is coming in. So these are the captains who kind of determine, put a lot of efforts for you guys to get qualified for India. What is the difference? Sorry? And in their own branches and obviously in their entire client base also. You individually also a captain for us. What is the difference? What is the resemblance between 1983 World Cup and today people who are sitting here today? Come on, guys. Sorry? You are the finalist. You are determined. Yeah, hence you are here, boss. Okay, let me go quickly because 1983, since we won the first World Cup, that was the first World Cup, and this batch is the first pre-MDRT qualifiers. So you guys are the torchbearers. You guys are the people who will pass on the message to the rest of the colleagues who are sitting across, the country. So you are the torchbearers and you are the captains. Yeah. Okay, we go to the next R. Okay, what do you, again I'm coming back in the resolute, what is that we need to do? Are you feeding your MDRT vision for the next year? Yes, no? Yes. Not pre-MDRT, MDRT. Yes. Yeah, that's nice. So that's the vision which we want from you guys. The next R we go is resourceful. We have so many hurdles across everywhere, right? Client mana karte hai, Pinto ne to bahut sare sawal jawab kar diya. There are a lot of obstacles which comes to you. You have a very limited resources, right? So based on that resources, I have another, beautiful video which we have kind of planned. That's on Mission Mangal. Yeah, please watch.
दुनिया के लिए प्लास्टिक पोल्यूशन है, लेकिन हमारे लिए solution है.
Mr. Iyengar, space maximum temperature range is minus 150 degrees Celsius cold or 100 degrees heat. You need passive.
सैकड़ों सालों से ओशन में पड़ा है. Extreme cold, heat, pressure, सब कुछ देखा है. जबकि समुद्र की नमी से लोहा भी रस्ट होता है, पर ये वैसा का वैसा ही है.
सर, इसका और एल्युमिनियम का कंपोजिट फाइबर रीइंफोर्स करेंगे तो और हल्का और मजबूत बनेगा.
यस सर, सबसे हल्का और स्पेस का एक्सट्रीम कंडीशन हैंडलिंग आल्सो.
टेस्ट.
ओम मंगलम मिशन मंगलम. ओम मंगलम मिशन मंगलम.
I got it, sir. बस सैटेलाइट डिजाइन को थोड़ा सा बदलना पड़ेगा. सोलर पैनल को ऐसे पोजीशन करेंगे और एंटेना को यहाँ, बिल्कुल शिप के सेम की तरह. It's so simple. अब सैटेलाइट सोलर रेडिएशन प्रेशर लेकर आगे बढ़ सकता है, बिल्कुल वैसे जैसे शिप हवा के प्रेशर से सेव करता है, विदाउट फ्यूल. इस तरह हम बिना एक्स्ट्रा फ्यूल के भी सैटेलाइट को चला सकते हैं.
Wow, out of plastic they made of. It went down to a moon today. So that's the resources, right? So what is resources? This is what the resourcefulness mean all about. Are we prospecting clients? Yes, obviously yes. And what is that? Whatever problems comes your way, there's always a solution with limited resources, right? I can go more and more on resourcefulness, but time constraint, I'm moving to the next video. The next R is resilient. When I talk about resilient, again, I want to play back one of the best video which I have seen, which is very inspirational for me as well. I don't know if you can guess. You're able to guess? Bhag Milkha Singh. So here we go.
सबको पीछे छोड़ दिया आपने. कोई नहीं जी सकता हमसे. और कोई मिलकर शिलका नहीं. You're the best. You are the champ. Come on, Shiputra. Come on. Go, son. Do it. Oh.
Milkha Singh.
ये आपकी जिंदगी की आखिरी रेस साबित हो सकती है।
दौड़ूंगा भी वैसे ही।
Wow, दौड़ूंगा भी वैसे ही. And he gets the, medal for India. So on that note, I'll just think what is resilient again in terms of for us. What does it mean for us when it comes to resilient? It's all about overcoming problems, obstacles. Obviously, there are multiple obstacles. When it could be in the recent time is our regulatory change, the entire scenario for our high ticket values. That is one of the obstacles which faced in the recent time. And there are so many, or many might come up in coming years, and I don't know, in coming months as well. So we need to be ready, we need to gear up. With all this, limitations, we have to be on the next year MDRT chart list. That's the simple message which I leave with you. With that, I want you to ace the game with hashtag RRR game for MDRT 2024. Thank you so much. And before I end, our last quote from Winston Churchill, which is one of my favorite quote, is success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's our courage to continue the count. Thank you so much. See you all in the next MDRT. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Samir.
Thank you so much, Ajay. Thanks, man. So we are running on time, thankfully. So the next agenda is a break for 1 hour. Get dressed up in formals, what we had announced before. We assemble back here, maximum by 6:45. Sorry. 6:40. 7 o'clock the event starts. Do not miss the beginning. We all have to assemble outside this hall. This will get extended. Leave it to us, it's a surprise. We all assemble in the same place, 6:45 max. Whatever attire you want to be in, as per the dress code. And then we have a grand welcome, followed by a grand inauguration. And then the night is all yours. The celebration is all yours, glory is all yours. This is just a small effort from our central team, Richa, Ashish and the Banker central team to honor all of you for whatever you have contributed to Banker over the last 9 months. And as Richa said, next year is going to be multiple times better than what we are doing this time. This is the first ever arena that we have done for an overseas after a long gap. For all those who are here in DBS for more than 5 years will relate to what I am saying, but this is the beginning. Year on year, MDRT is going to be with us, and it is going to be bigger, better, provided you all support us for that. Okay? So with this, again we can have a round of snacks, tea, coffee, go back to the room and come back 6:45 sharp. Thank you. Thank you.
अरे ठीक है भाई, कपड़े तुम तो तैयार हो गए। बड़ा अजीब लगा कितने दिनों के बाद वापस।
चला दिन कैसा था? मजा आ गया?
आपका नाम तो मैंने 4 बार लिया सर।
Guys, let's have a group picture outside. All are in black. Okay, so let's all assemble in that corner for the first group picture, not the last. Please, all of you.
ขนาดนี้ยังคงได้ยอดเรากิน
Let's go.
I know, but good. Anyways,
Mana ya?
but I think, yeah, it's good.